In this video, we'll try to create a database table using MySQL, and we'll try to insert some details or records in the table, and we'll try to retrieve the same onto a form or the front end using PHP. Okay, first thing first, start your WAN server because I'm using a Windows. So start the WAN server is starting up. Wait for it. Server is online now, and then you get into PHP MyAdmin. So once you get into it, all you have to do is get into the database. So already I have created few databases here, db06 2020. So I'll just make use of it. Okay, there is already an employee table which I have actually created, and just have a look at the structure of the table. Okay, so here what I did is I have given an employee number, employee name, department, designation, gross salary, and all that stuff. Okay, now employee number is integer, employee name is varchar, department designation is also varchar, all these three are varchar, gross salary is float, and net salary is also float. Okay, now I'll try to insert some details. Okay, so value, so simply I'll enter 1, and then I'll enter name, and department is 105,000. Okay, so couple of these things I have done, insertions I have done using your table. Now don't forget your database name and employee name, table name. Database name is db062020 and table name is emp062020. Okay, now I'll be using some code based on it, and then I'll try to retrieve it. Okay, so I have written a db fetch.php. So I'll just simply show you the code. So first I have created a variable where I capture the local host, and then the username, which is root, and then I don't have a password, so I simply left it alone, and then my connection string, which is this MySQL connect, and then I'm passing on the host name, username, and password, and checking if the connection works. If it doesn't work, then could not connect, and then it will display the MySQL. So next step, I have your SQL, so where I have select statement where I'm selecting only 3 columns, which is employee number, employee name, and department from table name emp062020. See, that is what I have actually selected. But if you look at this, e number, e name, department, but I have designation, gross salary, and net salary. We'll come back to that first, and then I'm just trying to retrieve these 3 as a first step, and then I'll simply add the rest of them in my next updation code. Okay, and remember the database name and the table name, these two are different. Database name is this db, and table name is this emp062020. Okay, coming back to the code, so MySQL select DB. So that is the DB I'm selecting, and return value. So I am taking one more variable, MySQL query, where I am passing on the SQL query variable, which has got the entire SQL query and also the connection object. Okay, so this is the connection where I am passing on. So it will return a boolean value. If it works out, doesn't work out, in fact, then it will give out the error, and then I have an while loop which is running where I'm using MySQL fetch array. So the data will be fetched in the form of an array, and then I'm actually capturing it in something called a row. So row has got the values whatever I'm trying to retrieve, ret value. So this is what it is, and also MySQL associate. So now when I try to print, I'm trying to print employee ID, employee name, and department is that. So here again I'm taking employee number, employee name, and DEPTs. Remember that this is what we are fetching from the database, and the same thing has to be here. So try to match it, and finally fetch data successfully, and then you are closing your connection. Okay, now save it, file, save as, and then I have to put it in my database. So this is in my www of your WAMP server. Okay, and then simply save. Okay, already exists, so say yes. Okay, now again I'll go back to my WAMP server, and then localhost. Okay, localhost, and then this is the folder where I have stored it, and also there is another folder within the database. So I'm looking for dbfetch.php. Simply click on that. See, these are the details which I have entered, which are actually retrieved and fetch data successfully. Now what I will do is I'll make slight changes to this particular thing. I want the entire record. So I'll just go back to my localhost, and I have designation, gross salary, and net salary. So make sure that you don't make any mistakes of these things. So I'll just minimize this and then put it next to it, and then simply keep on adding the rest. From after DEPT, simply put a comma, and just to keep it in lowercase, designation, okay, gross salary, okay, just to keep that clean, gross salary, and net salary, net salary, net salary. Okay, same thing has to be fetched. Once it is fetched, so gross salary, and it has to be gross salary, and finally the net salary. Simply do it as a net. I'll just keep it in the lowercase net salary. Okay, all right, I think that should be it, and then I'll save and go back. Okay, do a refresher and refresh. See, entire there is a problem with it. Okay, 5 digits because I have given more digits, but otherwise data is being fetched. There is a problem with this gross salary is 72, so that is the reason it did not take the upper side, but otherwise my this thing is correct. Okay, then I'll just make some changes. Would it allow me make it a 10-2? Okay, save. Okay, I'll also try to change this net salary, make it a 10-2. Okay, sometimes see if you create your table and then insert some values which are greater than what you have designed in the table, then these sort of things actually arise. And simply do I'll try to add one more record and let's see if it works out. Employee, so I'll do an insert, then assistant manager. Okay. Keep up this, okay. And then go. Alright, let's fire this query up one more time. There you go. See, I got the exact values because we have got it, but unfortunately these were under the previous this thing, so that is the problem. Okay, so that is it. This is how you fetch data using PHP and MySql. Thanks for watching the video.